Hi there everybody, it's Helen from Slim and Stylish and I'm a UK Stampin' Up independent demonstrator. I'd like to thank you for joining me today. I have this gorgeously cute little box for today's tutorial. It is so wee and so tiny and it fits in one of these cute little love hearts. These are one of the miniature packs, you can buy them in multi-packs. It is about 3/4 of an inch by 1.5 inches and it just sits in there quite snug. So I'm just going to show you quickly how I made it. You only need a tiny piece of paper, so this can be made perfectly with scraps. Just grab my scoreboard. So what you want is you want a 3.5 inch by 3.25 inch piece of cardstock. So I'm using Rich Razzleberry. Okay, and using your scoring tool, you want to score it at 3/4 of an inch, 1.5 inches, 2.25 inches, and 3 inches. And then you want to turn it round and score it at 3/4 of an inch and 2.5 inches, just like that. That's all the scoring you're really going to need. So you just want to use your bone folder now and fold in all of the sections, and you do need your bone folder for this because it's card, it's a bit more heavyweight than your DSP, so you can't just use your fingers. And you just fold each bit in. It really is such a simple box to put together. Okay, so once you've got that all folded, and hopefully you can see that, you want to just leave this bit in. So you want to cut both of these small rectangles out, and I'm just tabbing in as well so that it's just slightly diagonaled. This is so quick and so simple, and it uses so little, I don't think little is the word, but it uses such tiny pieces of paper that it's really inexpensive to make. I'm not having a Valentine's party this year, or I don't have anyone really to send a Valentine to, but a couple of friends and I always do. We call it the Singletons quiz or the loser quiz. It's a group of us that just go out to a quiz on Valentine's night, and we normally have a bit of fun. So I think I'm going to take them all a tiny little box of love hearts. I think it's quite sweet. But it would be perfect as well if you had a partner and perhaps didn't celebrate Valentine's Day that much and just wanted to leave a sweet little box for them. This would be quite cute too. So once you've got that, fold it over, so that's where it all folds in, and you just want to put your panels on. So the panels are using the lovely Painted with Love DSP. It's gorgeous. I've got the bigger piece of this one for you, just so you can see it. It's all hearts in the different pinks, and the other side's a bit of a mismatch colour. Now I've cut this. It's quite a tiny cut I've made, but I've done it 1/16 of an inch less than 3/4 of an inch. So it's 3/4 of an inch and I've gone down to 16ths. What's that? About 11/16 of an inch. And then I've also done exactly the same. So I've done this at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5/8, 1 5/8 of an inch. So it just sits on there, and I'm using my Tombow because they are such small pieces. Just stick those down. It's only a slight whisker smaller than the cardstock, so really you should only have your folds left, which will just give it a bit of colour on the edge. Make sure your hearts are the right way up. That's always a good start. When you turn it over and you put the glue on it, you sometimes forget, don't you? And you come around and you do your box and you realise that half of them are one way and half of them are the other, or I do. So I'm just going to make sure that's stuck. Okay, to seal that together, you want to be using your fast fuse because it is cardstock and you want it to hold. Just fold that over, place that on top, and there really is the essence of your box. So I know that that's going to be my back. So I want to put those two down and make sure that that's sealing against the back there. Okay. And then just pop your love hearts in. And I said it was snug, it just fits in like that there. Okay, and again, fold it the right way round would help. You want to fold those two in, that one in, and then come in with that one. You need a bit of fuse on to hold it, and that is really the shape of your box done. So what I did next is I grabbed the organizer ribbon, and I know I've done this quite a few times, but I love doing it. I'm just going to grab a piece of scrap paper. I'm just going to grab my dark rich raspberry blends, and I want, what do I want? About that much. Chop that there, so should be about 3 inches, I think. No, it's 3.5 inches. That makes sense because it's 3.5 inches I've cut my paper by. Forget these things. So just colour it in with your blends. Okay, if you've got a paper piercer, that can be quite easy. It saves messing your fingers up. To hold it down and colour it along. Okay, another handy hint for when you do this is just to have a tissue ready. So I've got a tissue that I used earlier, obviously not to blow my nose, but to do that bit, to just wipe the ink off, because it just stays a bit juicy for a bit. So when you put it on your box, it will colour your box if you don't just wipe that bit off. I mean, you can see perhaps on my fingers, it's just caught the edge of them. Okay, so you've got your glue dots, which was my front. That's my front. So I'm just going to pop a glue dot on it. Just there. In the middle. I'm going to put my ribbon onto the glue dot. And just pull that tightly round. Bring it together and just cut that messy edge bit off there so it's all straight. It doesn't matter if it doesn't look right or it doesn't meet perfectly, because you're going to be putting the sequin trim over the top of it. So you want another glue dot. Just there. And then you want 2 bits of the sequin trim, not very long bits, sort of like about 1.5 inches, probably not even that really. Cut that off. Okay, and you just want to stick that round. Now this trim's quite nice because it does have a natural bend in it. So it does just fit like that, and it gives it a bit of a natural wave. And that is all it is for your box. I mean, what did that take me? 8 minutes. If I'd have cut everything at the start, had everything at the side, I was just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You would do really well to make those, and they're just so cute and so sparkly and so tiny. I love little tiny 3D projects. So there you go, my Valentine's gift for the day. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time. If you want any of the details, head over to www.slimandstylish.com, or you can go and check it out on Facebook. Thanks everybody, bye.